friends. This is a nice shrimp salad. Is that the camera seeing that? That I learned to make watching Michael Symon. Like years ago when I started looking up for recipes and, you know, just watching other cooking channels and so forth. I bumped into Michael Symon's. Nice chef, great chef, and he came up with this nice shrimp salad recipe. So I copied it. Some variation, not a lot, but I'll try to link the original down here or somewhere in the video. And it's delicious. I think you should try making it. All right, so it has Parmesan, it has dill, it has cherry tomato, has a bunch of good stuff. Cannellini beans. Yeah, it's really good. All right, this is how I make it. Excuse me. Alright, so what we're going to need is about a pound of shrimp. These shrimp are gray. This means that they were farm raised, but you know, we work with what we have. We got some cherry tomatoes, some nice dill, 2 lemons, olive oil, butter, cannellini beans. I bought this brand because it was on sale, not because I'm advocating for any particular brand. And we're going to rinse it really, really well. We're also going to need some Parmesan cheese, and when we talk about Parmesan cheese, it's the actual brick. It's quite expensive, but a nice Parmesan cheese, it's you know, usually it's not the powdered stuff. Okay. Also, we're going to use some garlic and some shallot. Shallots are like the cousins of onions and garlic. Extra points if you get your shallot from Charlotte. You could say you got a shallot from shallot. Okay, you're gonna need a pan to you know, cook up the shrimp, and yeah, that's about it. All right, first thing, we're gonna deal with the shrimp. All right, funny thing, I was gonna show you how I peel and devein shrimp, but it turns out whoever works at the supermarket already did it for me. All right, so all I'm gonna do is onto the shrimp, I'm gonna put a little salt. Not much. Some black pepper, and I also like garlic powder on my shrimp. You know, I'm not making anything Hispanic style or any other style, so also the nice amount of ingredients with the dill and the garlic and everything else will be enough for the flavor. Alright, so now I'm going to get my pan up to medium heat. Now, one thing I learned, and trying not to slam my utensils, one thing I learned when I started like cooking stuff on my own is shrimp. About shrimp is, I used to be very afraid when it came to cooking shrimp. They're very delicate, so shrimp cook up easily, they cook up nicely. And all you really need is like a nice pan and leave it on heat for 2 minutes on one side, flip it over, 2 minutes on the other side, and that's enough. Otherwise you'll ruin them. But let's go here with this piece of butter. Make sure I'm okay. That's more appropriate. That's a nice medium. And let's just put a piece of butter around. To that, I'm going to add some olive oil. Why do I do both? It's all about flavor. All about flavor. And it smells nice already. Alright, so now I'm going to put in the shrimp. Like I said, all you need is 2 minutes one side, 2 minutes the other side, and you're in business. I will accelerate time. Alright, 2 minutes have passed. They've turned nice and pink. I'm just going to flip them over. And again, I'm going to leave it on here maybe a minute, maybe 2 minutes. And again, I will accelerate time for you. Alright, so my shrimp are cooked. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to put them to the side, but I'm going to get them off this heat. If you want to, I mean, when you touch the body of the shrimp, it's like steaming hot. They cook up so quickly. But what I'm going to do is, that was basically 2 minutes each side. I'm going to put them on the side. And in this case, I'm going to put them in a separate pan. Right? And get them off the heat so that they don't overcook, and we're gonna leave them there and deal with them a bit later. Let's get to the rest of the ingredients. Alright, let us move on to the next step. We're gonna deal with the shallot, the garlic, and the lemon. Cut the lemon and just go right in there and squeeze the life out of them. Wow, I got a lot of juice out those lemons. I'm surprised, because they were looking a little weak to me. All right, so now before I go on to the adding the olive oil, I'm gonna go on to the garlic and the shallot. So you're just gonna mince up the garlic the way you would, you know, chop it up any way you like. Really, I'm trying to be more quiet, but not working. This is a big shallot, so what I'm gonna do is maybe use, let's see, let me get to peeling it and opening it up and see how much I'm gonna use. Well, I went ahead and cleaned up the shallot. I'm gonna use 2 segments of it. It is pretty big shallot. I didn't notice, but all right, we're gonna deal with the garlic. Do you really want to watch me do this? Alright. There's my garlic. Let me put him onto the camera. Okay, now let's go on to the shallot. And I'm going to chop it up the way I kind of would like an onion. But if you decide to do it another way, I guess that's fine. About, you know, that's about an even amount. I think I'm going to leave it there. So I used 1 segment of the shallot. This shallot was pretty big. This one I'm going to throw into an omelet or something tomorrow morning. While that was going on, I opened up the beans and I rinsed them. I rinsed them well, because to get any salt out of it, you know, extra salt, you don't want that. And I also have them on the side. I have my cherry tomatoes standing by. I washed them, they're in a bowl. I had to kind of like stop picking at them. I started eating them. Alright, let's go on to the next step. What I'm going to do here, with any space I have available on this board, I'm going to take the tomatoes and cut each in half. Again, you do not have to watch me do this, so time will be advanced. Okay, now we're going to deal with the dill. You can tell someone, hey, what's the dill-yo? Nah, never mind. Spanish dill is eneldo. How do I know that? Well, let me cut the stems off. I was raised in a Spanish congregation, but I would read the Bible in English. And so when Jesus told the scribes and Pharisees and Sadducees that they give 1/10 of the dill and cumin, but swallow down the camel, gulp down the camel, I was interested in how it sounded in Spanish. I ran and grabbed my Bible in English and learned that Dill is eneldo, and cumin is comino. But anyway, all right. This is a lot of dill. I don't know if I'm gonna use it all, but I'm just gonna start mincing up as much as you want. You know what? Let's use the whole thing. Let's go crazy. Otherwise, you can save the rest for like chicken soup. Though Hispanic style chicken soup doesn't have dill, I like American style chicken soup. I like Hispanic style. I love all styles of chicken soup. So whatever. Do what you want with your eneldo or your dill. Alright, so our dill is chopped up. Dill, shallots, garlic, the cherry tomatoes on standby. The shrimp is staying nice and warm. I cheated by eating one. I shouldn't have done that. Let's work on the rest of this dressing. We got my lemon juice there. And what we're going to do is we're going to pour in olive oil. The official recipe calls for like what is it? 1 part acid, 2 parts fat. I just play it by ear, man. Honestly. And you want to do this until you get the right, whatever your consistency is. I actually should have put in the shallots and garlic, but we'll do that now. Give it a taste. Nice. I like more, a little more olive oil. You know what? I may as well add the rest of this. Start adding the rest of this. Get it nice and combined. All right, now tomatoes in there. It is a lot of dill. Now we're going to work on the cheese. The cheese what we're going to do is cut into little squares. It's a lot of cheese, man. You know, it's got some bite to it. Did I cut the ends off on the other one? I don't remember. But whoever's eating that is gonna get woo! Some end cheese. Oh man, this tastes so good. You buy fresh Parmesan, is tasty, man. Alright. And lastly, oh, almost forgot the beans. And lastly, ooh, without destroying your kitchen, the nice shrimps. Alright, now what I'm going to do is get a nice, I don't know, like a spatula or something, and a spoon, and get everything nicely combined. You know, I actually should put this in a bigger, I'm going to need a bigger container, a bigger bowl. I'm going to use this one without being, as my mom would say, desordenado. Notice I put my pan down softly. And you're just going to get everything nice and combined. The dill, the shrimp, the cheese, the tomatoes. Am I off center? Sorry, I apologize. And as opposed to the original recipe, I have a little more liquid in mine because that's how I like it. All right. Let me serve this on something. Hold on. All right, so here we have it. That's the shrimp salad, dill, cannellini beans. My sink is going. Nice cherry tomatoes. Very tasty. Very tasty. I guess I could serve this on something, but New York City is blazing in heat. I'm gonna sit in my living room and just have this with a cold drink. All right.